warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from the group 1. There are 5 members of group 1. The first one is Dava Murpit Abiyu, and then the second one is Della Hera Larasati, and then the third is Fauzan Adnan Chantona, and then the fourth is Cahya Julias, and the last is Alvina Rahma Saputri. So today we have a presentation that explain about the chapter 3 or third chapter in this section. So the title of this chapter is Language Learning Strategy. Let's go to the first slide. There are first outline in the chapter, overview of language learning strategy. Language learning strategy is individual approach or individual way of organizing and using a particular of skill in order to learn content more effectively and more efficiently. And LLS are they conscious thoughts and action. LLS have metacognitive knowledge about their own thinking and learning approach. LLS enables learners to become more independent, autonomous, and lifelong learners. Given or applying strategy in school is neither good or bad. It is natural because it is good if it suits well with learners' tasks, learners' learning style, and link it with the other strategy, and it will impact to learner activity easier, self-directed, more effective, and transferable. So we can conclude that LLS or language learning strategy is an individual approach that is used for organizing to understand about the content to more effectively and efficiently. LLS enable to learners to become more independent, autonomous, and lifelong learner. LLS also have a metacognitive knowledge, and applying LLS or given LLS in a learner's activity is neither good and bad. It is good when this strategy gives good impact for the student, like make the student more easier to understand about the content. The next outline in slide 1 is language learning strategy taxonomy or classification. There are different ways to classify learning language strategy or LLS. So we can classify LLS strategy in four taxonomy. In the first one, taxonomy of LLS proposed by Rubins, and then the taxonomy proposed by O'Malley's and proposed by Strands, and the taxonomy of LLS proposed by Oxford.
So next I will explain about Rubin's taxonomy. What is Rubin's taxonomy? Rubin is a pioneer of his role in the field of tactics. He created a disparity between strategies that contribute directly to learning and strategies that contribute indirectly to learning. According to Rubin, there are 3 types of LLS used by learners that contribute directly and not exclusively to language learning, namely, learning strategies, communication strategies, and social strategies. First, language learning strategy is a strategy that has a direct contribution to the development of the language system that the learner will. They are of 2 types, cognitive tactics and metacognitive tactics. Cognitive strategy refers to the step or operation used in learning that require direct analysis, transformation, or creation of learning material.
Rubin identified 6 main cognitive tactics, namely clarification or verification, guessing or inductive inference, deductive reasoning, practice, memorization, and monitoring. Metacognitive strategies are tactics used to manage regulate, or direct language learning independently. They involve various processes such as planning, prioritization, goal setting, and self-management. Second, communication strategies are less directly related to using language learning because the focus is on the process of participating in dialogue and receiving meaning or clarifying the speaker's message. It's used by the speaker when faced with some difficulties due to the information that their communication ended beyond their means of communication or when confronted by the co-speaker's misunderstanding. Finally, social strategy refers to activities involving students that give them the opportunity to be exposed and put their knowledge into practice. Although these tactics provide an overview of the target language, they contribute indirectly to learning because they aren't directly involved in the acquisition, storage, retrieval, and use of language. Including to Robin and Wenden, the taxonomy above can be briefly shown in the table below.
Stern taxonomy. According to Stern, 1992 262 till 266, there are five main language learning strategies, namely management and planning strategy, next cognitive strategy, so communicative experiential strategy, interpersonal strategy, and effective strategy. Management and planning strategy are related with the learner's attention to direct his own learning. A learner can take charge of the development of his own program when he is helped by a teacher. Next, cognitive strategy are steps or operations used in a learning that require direct analysis, transformation, or synthesis of learning material.
Communicative experiential strategies may include circumlocution, gesturing, paraphrase, or asking for repetition, and explanation are techniques used by learner so as to keep a conversation going. The purpose of using these techniques is to avoid interrupting the flow of communication. Interpersonal strategies refers to strategies used by learners to monitor their own development and evaluate their own performance. Learners should contact with native speakers and cooperate with them. Effective strategies refer to strategies used by learners to gather their own feeling when dealing with the complexity of language learning. It is evident that good language learners employ distinct effective strategies. Oxford taxonomy. Oxford taxonomy, the most comprehensive language LLS classification, the strategy inventory for language learning, is developed by Oxford. Her taxonomy is both comprehensive and practical. She classifies strategies into two strategy orientation, direct and indirect. Direct LLS involve the identification, retention, storage, or retrieval of word, phrase, and other element of target language. This is classified into memory, cognitive, and linguistic deficiency compensation strategy. The indirect LLS concern the management of the learning, which include some activities such as needs assessment, activities planning and monitoring, and outcome evaluation. The indirect strategy is classified into metacognitive, affective, and social strategy. Each of these 6 strategies is further subdivided, with the end result of 60 specific LLS. Right, I think that's all from our group. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.